Hello fellow war gamers! Today we're gonna look what's inside this box, the new Italian army and black shirts from Warlord Games. As you can tell, this box will allow you to create 30 infantry models. It's a multi-pose, so you have some freedom into customizing these guys. Now let's look at the back of this box. We have some new additions. We have the list of colors that have been used. These are Vallejo and belongs to the model color range. Very useful, especially when it comes to the numbers. You guys can easily recognize which colors were used. Let's open the box and see what's inside. Okay, I can tell here we have some very useful informations. This is the decal. Let's see if I can. Oh, thank you, Cosmina. This decal will allow you to field on their tiny helmets. Either it's an army, the Blackshirts, the Carabinieri, the new units we previously discussed in our video, or the Granatieri. So very, very, very useful. Here we have some NCO sleeve and insignia for the army officers and for the Blackshirts. So again, all useful information, especially if you guys are new to the Italians. I'm pretty sure that these things will definitely be used. We have the list of colors that these guys used at Warlords, coming from the AP to the Vallejo model color. Very, very, very useful. Now, they're hinting us that in this box, they will provide not only for the black shirts and the regulars, but even for the Italian army with the tropical uniform. Et voila! This is a list of all the possible upgrades and customizations. Now, I won't go too much into details, but you can take a picture of this screen or just pause it and read by yourself. Now, inside we're gonna find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This comes with a lip. This will allow you to customize your base, and so this will allow you to really bring forward the flavor of all your bases even better. I love them personally, so highly recommended. I'm not going to show you every sprue because they all come on the same, they're basically all the same. So we will just take a look at one. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each sprue will allow you to create 6 guys. As you can tell, the details are there are many details on these models, and the pose are very dynamic. I know some complain because there is no model laying down. I personally am not a big fan of those. I don't use them specifically for tournament purposes. I prefer my infantry to cover the least amount of space possible, especially when you count EC weapons and so forth. But again, this is just my preference. I do like to have one of them or maybe 2, mainly for snipers. So this is not really a huge drawback for me. Now, when it comes to the heads, as you can tell, we can create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 heads with the sun hat. But now we have the new with the fets. So I'm going to try to bring it closer to the camera so you guys can see. We have some new, very, very typical black shirts with the fets on their heads. These guys will definitely be excellent NCOs or even lieutenants. And we have the traditional regular infantries. Again, this can be fielded as a regular grenadiers. They can be fielded as a carabinieri, the police, or even as the Battaglione San Marco. But I heard Warlords is releasing a new model for that, a new kit. These are new heads. As you can tell, there is plenty of heads, and each one of those heads, guys, has a lot of character, a lot of flavor. The most fun part of this kit is this hand. Look at this. These are the Italian. Exactly. So very, very nice. I already used for one of my guys. Then, as you can tell, the rifles and everything, it seems very easy, pre-assembled. We do not have independent weapons. Basically, there is no just rifle. Most of the weapons already have 1 or even 2 hands. So again, this is maybe a drawback. I personally find it very easy to assemble and I like it that way. But again, if you're into customizations, you will find yourself a bit limited. I personally don't. I really like how easy it is to snap those guys into place. This kit will offer 1 and 2 LMGs and 1 SMGs, the Beretta. Now, some people have complained about not having more SMGs, but remember, this kit is meant and designed for Italian army, and they did not have full units of SMGs. We're talking about paratroopers, and these guys do not look like them. Now, very, very nice add-on. We have this backpack with a couple of LMGs, some spare parts. There are, again, some very nice addition. We have some backpacks, we have some holsters. We have, as I said, a lot of arms with specifics. Like this one here, it's a little, I would say it's a little touch of genius. We have some goggles. Look at those guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goggles were very essential and useful, especially in Africa in the desert. Then we have the knives. Why? Well, because most of these guys, if you remember our reviews, can be used as arditi. And all of those guys, they come with tough fighters. So it will be nice to equip them with some knives. In fact, we have all knives even down here. Finally, we have some shovels. As you can tell, these were the weapon of choice when it came to close combats in World War II. We have a lot of customization over here. We have plenty of heads. We have very easy to assemble arms. We have dynamic poses, and we have some backpacks. Guys, I cannot recommend this highly enough for all Italian players. Now, when it comes to the NCO, I forgot to mention, we have very, very nice, cool looking customizations. We have the NCO writing something down, very useful for even observers, artillery or air observers. We have 1 gun, 1 pistol. We have the binoculars over there, and you're gonna see how I use them in one of my models. It was pretty easy to assemble. It is pretty stable, as you can tell, even if it's on 1 leg. And overall, I'm very, very satisfied, except for the arms. I wish there would be more care, but then again, I will be using some green stuff to fill the gaps at the shoulders. Overall, very, very, very satisfied with this guy. The NCO, it's a sort of, I don't know, I really like it because the character, I see the flavor with the binoculars around the head and the rifle put on the side. I think it is very, very, very nice. Even the pose, it seems like it's very realistic. Again, I have not added any of the extras. I could have added some backpacks, and I may will. But this, even just like this, I believe has plenty of details for your table. How dynamics these are. Very, very, very nice. Look, he's charging with his rifle. As you can tell, there is a little bit of gap here on the shoulder. I will fill that out with some green stuff. These are my only complaint, and the fact that you have to do some cleanup work on the plastic. But that, I think, it's common to all sorts of plastic kits. Now, if you want a more regular looking army guy, this, you can't go wrong with this. This is the regular Italian infantry, and I think it conveys the idea. Look at the expressions on the face. Again, the only work will be done on the shoulder. Aside from that, I really like the guy. I really like the details and the pose. This is the hand. This is the Italian hand, and I couldn't be more happy with this. The face, the expression, and everything really conveys a story. Bolt action is all about telling stories, isn't it? This is the last model I have assembled with 1 sprue. He's a kneeling guy. Look at his face. And I mean, guys, this one here, it took me 2 minutes to put together. Now, as you have noticed, I have glued some washers at the back of my models. The reason I do this is because it adds some weight when I'm playing it, and because it's easy to carry them if you put a magnet underneath. It's very inexpensive, probably 15 to 18 cents each wash, but I don't know. I find it worth it, and it gives a nice feel. It's not too heavy, but it's not too light either. Guys, this was my review of the box. I have a little extra that I want to share with you. The extra is this. So let's open it together. This is the new exclusive hero for the Italian. Here we go. You can find inside the new Soft Underbelly scenario book. Honestly, I'm not too fond of the static pose. I wish they would have given him some more dynamic, especially considering the other models we've seen. But nevertheless, I think it has enough flavor, especially considering that this is an Italian general that was called the Gallant Fighter. So I forgot his name, please forgive me guys. But overall, I think it is a nice addition to the Italian army. Definitely a bit taller than the rest of the models, but nevertheless, I'll make sure to probably take this part down so that he will stand on the base. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember, whatever you do in life, just don't roll a 1.